This is the Louie Tee Network.
See, first come the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then my team was 6-10, and we ain't smell the playoffs. Yeah, I seen the Super Bowl, but I heard they display balls. A lot of teams had injuries. Sam Bradford had to take off. Go hard in the offseason, but you don't know the half. Before you know, we gon' look up, and we ready for the draft. They dressed up in that suit top, and I don't know how to act. They waiting, so patient, so they can put on that hat. Who else could it be? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks you where you was at, you tell her you in the lab room. Who else could it be? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks where you was at, you can tell her you was in the lab room. Yeah.
Who else could it be? For me, your man. Louie Tee, welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Luke. Thank you for joining me. Thursday night football, week number 6 in the National Football League. NFC South family business. New Orleans Saints at home hosting the Atlanta Falcons. I picked the Saints in this game. Don't believe me? Just watch. Go check the Twitter timeline. Go check the Facebook page. I tried to get a video out right before the game started. Wasn't going to happen, so I said, forget about it. So I just made the post prior to the game getting underway. So saw this one coming. I thought that the Falcons were vulnerable. Julio Jones left the game Sunday versus the Redskins a little banged up, a little worse for wear. Short turnaround. Thought it was going to be hard for him to come in and be at full strength, and he was really a non-factor in this game. I also saw that the Saints, despite getting beat up last week by the Philadelphia Eagles, thought they actually did some good things in that game. I thought Willie Snead was really good. I thought Drew Brees actually wasn't that bad aside from the fumbles. And they just kept shooting themselves in the foot in that football game. So I felt really good about them going home and doing what they did to Dallas. And the thing that I really thought the Saints could do in this game was feed off of the crowd, feed off of the environment, and win at home on primetime, which is something that the Saints do very often, which is what made me confident in picking them. Not to mention Drew Brees at home owns the Atlanta Falcons. I don't care how good the Falcons are in the game. Remember, I'm the guy that said the Falcons were going to be 11-5 this year. They might finish better than that. They may be 12-4. Do you see the rest of their schedule? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but the rest of their schedule is garbage. They're going to lose to Carolina in Carolina. They may beat Carolina at home. They got the Colts later on down the line. The Colts may be garbage themselves this season. They're still going to win their division, I might add. But at the end of the day, we could be talking about the Falcons at 12-4, which is a game better than what I said at 11-5. And a lot of people laughed at me when I said 11-5. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter how good the Falcons are. They lose to the Saints in New Orleans just about every single year. And Drew Brees has had great success against this team in the Superdome. So I felt really good about the Saints going into this game and what they would be able to accomplish. Felt like the Falcons were a little battered and bruised coming out of Sunday's win versus the Redskins. I just said all the stars are aligned here. If the Saints don't turn it over and the Falcons do make some mistakes, and they did make some costly ones early in this ball game. You had the fumble on the 4th down conversion. I don't think they were going to get it anyway. A lot of penetration on that play, but had the fumble on that first possession when they went down and looked to answer the Saints' opening drive touchdown. Then they had the other turnover, another fumble, and this one was on the rookie, Tevin Coleman. I told the Carolina Panthers last year, I told the Redskins earlier in this year with Matt Jones. Who? Matt Jones. Leave the youngins at home for these primetime matchups. Stage is too big for them. Leave the young boys at home. Billy Brown fumbled last year a couple of times on primetime. This year, Matt Jones. Who? Matt Jones. Rookie fumbled the football on Thursday night versus the Giants in the end zone. Tevin Coleman, a huge costly fumble with the Falcons going down the field looking to go get points. again, leave the youngins at home, man. This stage is too big and bright for them. They don't know how to act in these situations. They had to find. I didn't see Tevin Coleman the rest of the night. I don't know about you, but that was the last time I saw Tevin Coleman for the rest of the night. So that was a huge play in the game because the Saints needed that. Again, they're not a good enough team to win on their own. They need some help, and the Falcons gave them plenty of it. Some untimely penalties, some turnovers, and they let Benjamin Watson free. It was the Benjamin Watson, so W-A-T-S-O-N, Watson. Benjamin Watson, tight end of the New Orleans Saints, y'all. Benjamin Watson went off on those boys. 10 catches, over a bucket, some change, touchdown as well. He had a career night. They couldn't stop that connection. And Drew Brees, 30 of 39 for 3 and some change and a touch. Man, I mean, he was ultra efficient tonight. They ran a lot of bootlegs. Both teams ran an inordinate amount of bootlegs, and both were highly successful with it. The Saints were a little bit more successful than the Falcons were, and they controlled the tempo and pace of the game as well than the Saints, really keeping the Falcons offense off the field, especially in the second half. I thought that they did a magnificent job of eating up a lot of clock and scoring points. They scored on their first 3 possessions of the second half, eating up copious amounts of the clock in doing so and really keeping the Falcons at bay. The Falcons scored early in the second half, looked like they were going to charge back and do what they've done all season long, erase second half deficits. And every time the Falcons tried to make some kind of run, the Saints were able to keep them at bay, whether it be a turnover in the first half or in the second half, them just going back down the field and answering points with more points of their own. They were able to keep the Atlanta Falcons at bay and get this one 31-21. Big win for the Saints. This isn't going to right the ship. This Saints team isn't going to just flip a switch and turn it on and all of a sudden be a major player in the NFC. This was just a one-night affair. It was a big stage. They had the block punt, which was a huge play in the game. It brought so many memories back of that 2000, and I want to say it was 6 or 2005. I want to say it was 2006 block punt by Steve Gleason. It just, that felt, that same energy that you felt that Monday night in that building, you felt the same way when they were able to block the kick tonight and get that in there. And I think it was Marty who was able to get the block and the scoop and score for the touchdown. So it just was a huge night for the Saints. You kind of felt this one. I did, at least. I can't speak for anyone else. I felt this one coming, and that's why I thought the Saints were going to win this game, and they went out and won. I don't feel any worse about the Atlanta Falcons. It's family business. Throw the records out the window. You know how this goes. If you sat there and you looked at a 1-4 Saints team and a 5-0 Falcons team and just said, oh, the Falcons going to win, you don't know football, my friends, because this was family business. Throw the records out the window. They don't matter. You know they don't matter. When it's family business, all rules, all records, all of that stuff doesn't matter. Okay, throw it out the window. You know me, I know you. We family, let's do this. And so that's what you get. 31-21 Saints victory. They're now 2-4 on the season. Falcons dropped to 5-1, and I'm thinking that the Panthers are going to join them shortly in that loss column with the loss. So we'll see though. We'll see if the Panthers can go exercise some demons out there in the North Pacific West. I don't see it happening, but we'll see. But if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab. We'll come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. I expected it. I got it. I'm on the board. You can put me on the board. Yep. Saints for the win. I'm 1-0. Week number 6. Here I come.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie Tee, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.